I bet you have seen the video clip of Steve Kerr's kung-fu-like clipboard smashing in the game.
Oh, when he knocked the clipboard out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, yes.
What's your reaction to that when you see or heard that?
Oh, just, something went wrong that he was unhappy about. But that's, that's what coaching's all about, being intense and being engaged and being into the game. And it must have been something that he didn't like for him to break a clipboard like that. Pretty strong guy.
Ty, how have you guys used the couple of days off here in between games? And do you feel like it's been productive?
Been very productive. Just watching film, just going over the things we need to get better at. We did some good things last game, but some things we need to clean up to get better at, and try to take away their easy baskets. They're going to score points. They're a great team, but we can't gift them baskets.
Dave?
Ty, Dave McMenamin, ESPN. Kyrie had an aggressive game one, but at some point, did you feel like he got into a bit of a one-on-one game with Steph Curry? And how do you balance the wanting him to be aggressive but also wanting him to stay part of the team?
Well, we talked about it yesterday, and we want Kyrie to be aggressive, but it has to be sharp, quick attacks. You can't dribble for 8 or 9 seconds, and we had that discussion, and he understands that. But we need him to score the basketball. We need him to be aggressive. And if there's one guy that can go one-on-one on the perimeter, it is Kyrie, because he's very special. Outside taking advantage of mismatches in the post with Kevin and with LeBron, Kyrie is the one guy that we have can break guys down off the dribble. So it's going to be a fine line, but he has to be quicker on the attack rather than letting them load up and then trying to go 4, 5, 6 seconds, and then they loading up their defense, and then he's trying to attack. So it has to be a little faster.
Last row in the center.
Dave Schilling from The Guardian. What are you working on this week, today, to limit turnovers, because it's been such an issue for you in game one? Is it the Warriors that are causing too many turnovers, or are you seeing it being more mental lapses for your team?
I mean, turnovers is part of the game. I like aggressive turnovers when we're trying to go to the basket. And they had about 5 or 6 strip downs that they got, swipe downs when we went to the basket. So those are aggressive turnovers when you're trying to get to the basket. We just can't have the cross-court, silly passes or, shot clock violations, things like that. But throughout the course of the game, they're a good defensive team. They're active. They're long. They're going to get their hands on balls. So, I just like the aggressive turnovers rather than the passive ones.
Emilio in third row.
Emilio Perez, Stop Deportes. Coach, how much of a challenge it's to maintain your team focus on your game plan and try to not make the mistakes you make in game one? Do you need to be more vocal, or guys like Kyrie, Kevin, and LeBron need to be more vocal on the floor?
I just think, you prepare for a good team like this that has great movement, and until you actually get on the floor and play against them to kind of get a feel for it, it's different. And I think the guys, after playing game one, has a feel for how they play and the speed of the game and the force which they cut and move the basketball. So after game one, I think we'll be very well prepared for game two.
Chris over here on this side.
Chris Haynes, Cleveland.com. Coach, I apologize for stepping outside the series real quick, but with Muhammad Ali passing yesterday, is there a quote or a message of his throughout his lifetime that resonated with you, that stood out with you, that you hold with you?
Muhammad Ali in my household meant a lot, especially to my grandfather. And that was, the first guy that I idolized growing up was Muhammad Ali. It's a quote that my grandfather taught me a long time ago. It's been a long time ago, so bear with me. Impossible is a big word thrown around by small men who live in the world they've been given. Rather than explore the power they have to change it. And then he says, impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is, man, it's been so long ago, but it was a quote that's always stuck with me, for my life. And my grandpa, he embedded that in me. Muhammad Ali was everything to him, and I grew up watching Muhammad Ali my whole life. So I'm sorry about the quote, but it went like that. But I was a young kid, and that's kind of how I live my life, because I've been underrated my whole life, and I've been saying I couldn't achieve this, couldn't do that, and Muhammad Ali was a big reason why I was able to achieve so much in my life. And just knowing what he's done for this country, of fighting for human rights, not just black rights, but human rights, and making every kid feel they had a chance to be something special. And he really meant a lot to me, and I was honored and had the privilege to meet him a few times, and it just meant the world to me. So yeah, I'll get the quote right. I'll get it better for you. I'm pretty sure Jason can look it up for me if I miss anything, but but it went something like that, and it just always meant a lot to me.
Last two. Peter on your right and over here.
Peter Mitchell from Australian AP. I was just wondering, have you talked to Delhi in the past couple of days just about his aggressive play? Are you happy with how he plays? Should he reel it back in a little bit, or can you just talk about that?
Well, when Delhi plays, they put a big guy on him. They put Iguodala on him. They put Livingston on him to try to speed him up. And just told Delhi, just slow down, just run the offense. And I know with bigger guys trying to defend you, it is tough, because I was a small guard and they put bigger guys on me. It was tough, but Delhi's been great. We know he's going to get, you can get fight from Delhi. He's going to defensively, he's going to be great. And with his minutes being 10, 11, 12 minutes, it's really not a lot of time to get into a great flow. But Delhi's been great.
He's been tagged as being dirty and overly aggressive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
Delhi?
Yeah.
I don't believe it. Some other guys have been, been doing way worse things than Delhi has. So, I just see a guy who plays hard, who's tough, hard-nosed, and that's the way the game should be played.
Would you say Draymond is?
No, I wouldn't say
aggressive than that,
anything.
or?
But I wouldn't say Delhi was dirty.
Okay, thank you.
Last one over here on this side.
Dan Wyke, Orange County Register. Ty, you mentioned the other day that you'd spoken to Doc before the series. Since you got the job, and how often have you leaned on him? What have those conversations been like? And is there something that he said to you that's really helped you kind of get through this year?
Well, I talk to Doc a lot, probably too much, but he just always been there for me, just going through tough times this season, and going throughout the playoffs, and after game one, we've talked a few times, and just being positive, and just some things that he's seen that we can do a little different, and I always lean on him to talk basketball, to help me with certain situations, and he's been there for me, but I can't give away my secrets.
Thanks, Coach.